Hello. Hi there. Hi. So, for those of you who have got a bit confused about me in general, I'm alive. Yeah, I'm here. And I'm doing something a bit different. Today, I'm playing a little bit of D&D. So, join me as we search the... search, as we play through an Atro D&D campaign. Atrocities of a Sorcerer. We've had one session already. It's been really fucking fun, and I can't wait to show you guys what's going on. That would hello, 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 hello. There we go. Gale, force. Erected.
And then
Just
razed the
realised.
town effectively almost to the ground. There's some ruins and stuff from those days back then that are still standing today.
Just realised I
And
hadn't
as
had it all
everything's
open
all
up.
kind of
Never
being
mind.
described, the cart arrives with several people within, one of which was a horse thief, and he was going to be executed shortly after. That's not right. That's Skyrim. Sorry. The cart arrived, and various people get off of it, amongst which four of the individuals are ourselves. There was a pair of dwarves, a husband and wife. One of them cunted it. I can't remember which. And there was also a minotaur that was just chilling with a big axe, who, when if I recall rightly, hopped off the cart and decided to go take a walk to the town master's place. And then we decided to go to the tavern, get something to drink. Duck fucked up some shit with his axe and was had his axe retrieved by an elven gentleman who appeared to use magic to retrieve said axe.
Oh, you're just gonna casually forget why said axe was up. That's fine. That's cool.
Put a pause it there, Steve. Put a pause it there, just for a second. Duck, what happened to your axe?
Oh, I remember it well. I remember it. Remember it like it was yesterday. One second my axe was right there, and next second,
I remember it like it was last week.
yeah, well, my memory's better, so it felt like yesterday. Um, I remember it being all kinds of like on the floor and everything, after having been tripped over by a Goliath, and then all of a sudden it's on a fucking roof. Sort of roof it was. I had to try and pull it down with a big ass ladder, which kind of broke on me.
Why could you not just reach up for it?
Because I'm a dwarf. I'm very small.
You problem, look.
No, well, it wouldn't have been a me problem if my axe hadn't been put on a fucking roof in the first place. Anywho, I got it down from an elf who was apparently more friendly to a dwarf than normal, even if he did seem a bit disdainful. And I still have 2 axes, so I guess all worked out in the end, but my fucking eyes are on you.
Yeah, so obviously Doc had a bit of an experience with quite an unusual gentleman by the name of Xavier. Xavier, would you like to continue? What else happened after this?
Bear with me just 1 second, sorry.
Gale, would you like to? But we'll do this. Tell you what, we'll do this. Usually I do one person. We've had a couple of little insults. Gale, what happened next? You know, we'll go.
Next, yeah, we had decided to head into the Stonehill Inn to get ourselves situated and get some drinks, meals, whatever we needed. We entered, and if I recall, Kamora sneaked off somewhere earlier and snuck in from behind. He was already in there.
Yeah, Kamora. So Kamora basically departed from the wagon of that particular caravan and made his way into the inn.
Well, thank you for the sub
Yeah.
there, Mr. Steve.
Notably,
We come in.
yeah,
That doesn't make up for the axe, though.
Notably, that because Xavier didn't mention it, there was quite a lot of flashes of coin given while you left this here wagon. You made us basically the caravan master very, very happy. He thought he had magic coins. You know, it's quite, and then a crowd formed about this. You know, pointing your guys' direction, well, in particular to Doc and Xavier, who were the ones who were flashing said coins primarily.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
We got an angry orc yelling at Gale in Orcish before stomping off.
Yeah. Lovely half orc who gave you a dirty look, expected to get some, you know. But by all means, call the half orc an orc, because that's probably very insulting to the half orc. You know, it was a dick. Let's be honest, it was a dick. Okay.
Yeah.
So we go back to the inn. We had Kimura was locked away inside. Then, if memory serves, we had the mighty Kaelin go in, followed by Xavier, and then Duck. And then, yes, what happened then? He's got situated in the inn.
Yeah, we sat down at a table. Kamora offered to buy us drinks, and we introduced ourselves, our names, why we were there briefly, and had some talks in between us, and also met the lovely maids named Zasha.
Zasha, indeed.
Who, I guess this is all meta information, but who somebody figured out was Yuan T.
Yes.
Yep. Young T pureblood, indeed.
Yeah. We got some information from her, found out that the patron of the inn is called Evelia, and is a halfling that was working behind the bar, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Quite a harsh, abrasive halfling woman, indeed.
Yeah, and we also we've heard something about that we should be careful in this town. Like she gave us indications that we shouldn't be flashing our money just around because there could be people looking to get that from us. And we spotted a couple of fishy fellows down in the corner.
Indeed. Fishy fellows who were watching you quite vividly, you know, quite interesting people. Do you remember the descriptions of them?
The descriptions I do not, because
I remember, but then
What notably, we'll just slip in here. Notably, one of them was quite a, black human, had quite long, like tied back hair, quite a grizzled beard. The other one was what appeared to be either human or half elf. I wasn't quite sure because of the shape of the ears. He was very much not really that responsive compared to the black individual, but notably they were caught watching you guys, and as you were leaving, they continued to watch you. I believe that one of our lovely compatriots even did a couple of hand gestures just to see if these gentlemen may or may not know the thieves' cant. Unfortunately, if they knew it, they didn't react to it, but you guys left. And that's when all shit went haywire. What happened next? Kimura, what happened next?
Our lovely Xavier here, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep, lovely Xavier.
decided to push a Minotaur
Oh, push
with
that Minotaur. Do
a
you remember
magically push.
Now, do you remember the name of the Minotaur?
I actually do not.
Zem, do you remember the name of the Minotaur?
Cooked beef.
Cooked beef. His name was Bert. You know, I know
Oh
you
yeah,
guys,
Bert the Minotaur.
Bert,
But
I
he-
don't. Yeah, I know you guys killed him, but you know, at least remember his name.
We only saw his name on the token, right? He
Yeah.
never
Yeah, he never
Yes,
introduced himself. Actually, he never
Oh,
said.
he never got a chance to.
fuck
You know,
you.
a certain sorcerer here seemed to have made that bit difficult for him to introduce himself.
Bertie
The sorcerer
Beefsteak
was-
over there.
Yeah. So, Kimura, I interrupted you there. As you know, we met Bert. What happened with Bert?
He didn't like the fact that he was pushed and started getting rather aggressive to our friend Xavier here. Xavier, I believe, told him quite a funny joke, and he ended up laying on his back and laughing for quite some time.
Indeed. This deep-voiced Minotaur was found pissing himself laughing on the floor. Like, it was such a wonderful joke. One could say it was almost a magical effect upon him. Such a magical joke. Pissing himself laughing there, ha ha ha. You know, there he goes. But, yes. And what happened then?
If I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure I went up to him and kicked him.
Mm.
Kicked him and may have stabbed him a few times.
I've stabbed him a few times, which he didn't really find that funny, did he? Let's be honest, he didn't find it that funny after that.
He didn't.
No, he got back to his feet, and I think at this point our lovely Xavier decided to throw some lightning bolts in our direction, if I'm not
Indeed.
mistaken.
Indeed. So, as we explained here, our lovely sorcerer basically cast this spell to make this Minotaur laugh. His hands then started erupting with lightning. Now,
What
if you
up,
imagine
Funko?
someone whose hands are on fire, like start waving their hands, try to put this out, and then 3 bolts of lightning come blasting out, and actually struck Duck, Gamora, and Kaelin.
I got fucked up,
Doc.
Funko.
You didn't remember anything much after that, did you? You were basically face down in the dirt.
Oh,
you-
I.
Oh, you.
The most I remember was having just smacked a Minotaur in the dick with the back of my hammer.
Indeed.
Back of my axe, rather. Then I remember getting up and thinking, damn, my beard be fluffy. Wonder what happened there. Why do I hurt? So I shot the Minotaur in the nutsack with a crossbow. I mean,
Indeed. Overall, though, you guys managed to kill Bert in the middle of the street with a crowd around you. Which then brings us to a
I've been good.
particular.
I've been
'cause now we've
good.
slipped into our game here.
Missed you
Into
as
a
well.
particular goblin, you know, that may have actually been
Been-
watching this situation
It's been
erupt.
far too long, Funko.
Heck, what? Would you like to describe yourself to the party?
I mean, this is just like a very old and very small goblin that's wearing some robes.
So as you might have noticed, I'm playing D&D right now. So sit back. I'm
you
not going
watched
to be
this
as
happen,
talkative
Heck.
during this.
You then saw this quite an
and
interesting
enjoy the
individual,
story as it
Now,
unfolds, I
Heck,
guess.
for the purpose of you've been in this town for a little while. You understand who this man is. Not by name yet, but you'll recognise him. A blonde man basically approached the party. You saw some conversation happen between them that they were pretty much told to move the body, which was done in a very grisly fashion. There's now been a trail of red left, basically upon our lovely Fandolin streets. We'll bring you over to Fandolin. You can see it for yourselves. We saw some lovely blood. Blood trails dragging this poor Minotaur away. So we'll put as soon as you load in, preferably. Yes, you're basically had a Minotaur get dragged away in front of you, Heck. You saw this blonde man get these guys that had a brawl in the middle of the street and pretty much told them to go to the Town Master's Hall. They decided to follow. Notably, one of our lovely individuals was pretty much on death's door almost. Fortunately, this curious individual wearing a very bright silver reflective mask, the mannerisms was almost quite dainty, when you were watching them. You're quite unusual characters that you were watching there, Heck. But they were told rather nicely, we'll say that. Well, they were told rather nicely that they were to make their way to the Town Master's abode, known as the Town Master's Hall. There you are. That should be you there. Now on day. So as this all happened, we'll just put the tokens into a position here, Heck, just to see. So, if you look at their lovely map of Fandolin here, pretty much, these guys had a brawl where their tokens are. Heck, you would have been in the crowd at some point, you were watching this happen, you saw this big burly Minotaur get killed in the street, dragged off towards the northeast, and basically dumped behind a building, In most places of a civilized nature, that would never happen, but this is Fandolin, and Fandolin's a little bit rough at times. These are people that are here purely for the potentially making coin. Fandolin was a bustling town before the orcs came and basically razed it to the ground. And this little village, this little town built upon those ruins, they're basically just here to make as much money as they can. That brings some people, such as a Goliath that got thieved from, unfortunately, by certain members on our party here.
Not me, I just
minors.
tripped him up.
You got other people that see potentially taking advantage of these miners, like to spend the hard-earned coin. That would be Avelia and the Stonehill Inn, the halfling owner. Various people that are here. There are obviously other people that are here for their own agenda. You've got the Lion Shield Coster, who are quite a large versatile group. They've got their own almost like a private military. They don't really have much to do with the citizens of Fandolin of what people are aware of, but they were watching this happen, and as this group of four were dragged off to the Town Masters, you pretty much get this sense that maybe they're not too thrilled about this having happened. But heck, my friend, you actually hear a voice in your head, a female voice, and she says, I need you to come to the Town Master's Hall. You will be required on the morrow. Please make your way there. You can respond to this message if you want, Heck.
No, I would just go into the town.
Okay, so, Heck, you start making your way towards the Town Master's Hall. You actually see this man with this gentleman, and we'll actually tell you what, we'll even show off the lovely token for him as soon as it decides to appear for me, because, again, things are still slightly broken, but hey, it works.
We've got a loading token.
Where is he? Ah, there you are. Will you please just show yourself, my friend? So we're going to drag this onto the the map here, guys, and I'll even let you see him because as I said, quite a well-dressed individual. He's quite handsome. This is what he looks like, guys. Okay, so this is the face of the man who
Oof, look at him.
first greeted you guys as you came in with
It's
the
like
caravan.
Alistair
You
from
thought he was
Dragon
quite
Age.
an arrogant-looking so-and-so, but he had a long sword. He was there, guided you guys inside, and he looks to you, Heck, and he goes, "What are you doing here, Goblin?" He's looking at you quite pointedly. He's leaning, basically, got his sword stepping in the ground, laying against the pommel. Like, he looks very arrogant.
Discrimination against goblins?
He just squints at you and goes,
Don't I have the right to be here?
Goblins have the right to be here. I'm just asking why you've came to the Town Master's Hall. Do you have an appointment?
No, I'm hearing voices in my head.
Oh, of course you are. Oh, then you just hear it putting a hand up to the side and said, "That fucking witch, I swear." But leaves it at that. He goes, "Fine, on you go." And then, Heck, as you make your way inside, you'll then be basically hear the tale, basically the end word of, "We will put you to work."
Fuck
From the man
me.
basically sitting at a far table, quite a
I
grizzled
was
looking
not
man.
expecting that voice.
Clearly, although he looks like the town master, here he is, the man himself. He's quite a grizzled
Oh man.
man. He's got a grey beard, and he seems to be looking with his single eye that you can see. The other one's got hidden by eye patch at the four individuals in here. And now, my party, my friends, now that you're all together, he will continue. See, what you don't realise is, by killing in the village, you've actually caused me quite a headache, because on one hand, the lazy bastards next door don't do anything, but on the other hand, they really do not want to have this place basically filled with blood. So, he looks to Xavier in particular.
I think we did this, and he
No, no.
said, "No, okay."
No, that's we basically went into you'll be put to work, and that's where it ended.
Okay.
So he's now going to. They won't do anything, but when you've killed in the streets, it kind of becomes a bit difficult to say no to them because, as I say to you, they will cart you off to probably Waterdeep, and God knows what happens for murder there. He goes, "I am quite a nice sort. If you agree to do quite a tricky job for me, then we will be quite happy to not perhaps let them, let it go, but they will at least, maybe not want to cart you off." This grizzled man, he looks to Heck as he wanders in, and then he looks to this elven woman. Now, the party who were here would understand this actually was a male elf with a quite tied back hair into a bun. That it was basically an illusion that broke away, and you'll basically see her in her full glory. This beautiful elven woman with long white blonde hair. Heck, you probably can already tell this is a very, not perhaps incredibly powerful sorceress type character, but this is most likely the person because you hear her speak and she goes, "Ah, Goblin, you have arrived." And then she looks to the four and goes, My apologies. I wanted to bring the Goblin here. He has potentially some use here." And she looks to the old man and goes, "Barthra, we are. I know that they've done a lot of caused a lot of headaches for us. You see her like she basically walks up to the table, puts her hand on it. You can see she's wearing like almost this filigree silver, like almost like armlets over her hands, almost like gloves, but you can tell it's metal. But it's very, very fine silver metal that covers her fingers and leaves her nails bare. And she basically slides a finger over the table and goes, "As we know, they managed to kill a minotaur. That's not a difficult thing to do. Abhorrent, of course." When she looks to 4 of you over. You're welcome to make an insight check to that if you want, guys. If any of you are inclined. Just says,
Can I
Why
just
not?
give sass instead?
I mean, by all means.
I'll just be like, Xavier shrugs and is like, well, yeah, how dare we defend ourselves, right?
She gives you a very thin smile. She goes, "Ah, yes, indeed. How dare we defend ourselves?"
I think she's been bitchy.
Got an 11.
So, an 11. You get the idea that maybe she doesn't care too much. Okay, Kaelin, you get the idea that this is not a young maiden of elven kind. This is someone who is maybe not nearing elderly in age, but she has probably been alive for quite a long period of time.
Okay.
The loss of a life like that maybe doesn't mean that much to her. That's a bit weird, actually, but there's perhaps reasons for that. No, it just sounds like if she cared, she doesn't care that much.
Yeah.
But she regards you, Xavier. She goes, hold on, she just looks at you and goes, well, that's the thing, like, defending yourself, did you really have to kill him?
Yes. You evidently didn't see what the fuck we've just been through.
Did I not?
If you did, you would realize that we very, very, very nearly ended up as corpses ourselves.
She gives you a half smile and she just retorts, all I see is someone unable to control their magic. She gives you a very, very thin smile at that.
Hmm.
And she seems to regard Xavier in particular with a little bit of disdain. There's
I'm gonna raise my hands up and roll intimidation on this and be like, I can try it again if you want.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay then. Let's have a intimidation, eh?
I'll just say, as soon as Xavier raises his hands, I'm gonna back up as far as I can towards the wall and away from him.
Okay.
I would like to follow.
I don't really remember what happened too much, so I'm just gonna kind of stay where I was. Just be like, yeah, what he said.
So roll 1d20.
I suppose technically it should be deception because I'm trying to be full of bravado here, not actually threatening her.
Your charisma and intimidation is pretty much the same.
Yeah. I just wanted to get the point of what I was doing across, not the.
Absolutely. So she beats it. She regards you for a moment. And she just gives you a very, it's like very, very thin smile, Xavier. And she lifts her hand towards you. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh lordy.
You have to beat 17.
Jesus fuck.
Wisdom saving. I have shit wisdom.
Oof.
Oh.
Close.
So I'm going to describe this. So she basically lifts her hand towards you, okay? And you suddenly see these like very weird silvery runes like flicker from her hand, okay? You almost swear like in a single movement she had brought out what appeared to be a tome in her hand, okay? For a brief second to a page that she immediately knew. She basically shut the page, and you feel your body completely snap up. You feel like you're paralyzed. You cannot move. You cannot blink. You basically stand there, frozen. You're paralyzed. As she actually casts hold person on you.
Oh.
And she basically walks up to you as you're paralyzed. And she doesn't do anything. All she does is she basically leans forward, brings her finger under your chin, leans forward and says, "Disrespect me again, and I'll cease your existence." And she gives you a very, very wide smile at that.
She's sadistic motherfucker.
Yeah. And you just hear the man with the beard with the single eye in the back just start going, hey, Amithra, leave it.
Oh, hold up! I've not finished yet.
You're paralysed.
I don't need to be unparalyzed to do what I need to do here.
Oh dear.
Thank you very much, sir. I can't move. I can't speak. I can't do anything like that, but I don't need to do any of that shit.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Can I-
some people gonna die?
No, I probably would kill myself trying this. I probably won't. Never mind. I'll take the L. Sorry.
I'll
So what is it you're
I'll-
trying to do?
Well, the thing is, if she gets so close to me, I can still telekinetically push at any point.
Hmm.
I don't need to move or have any sort of verbal semantic component to that. And additionally, I could cast a leveled spell with subtle spell. Because I don't need my hands and I don't need to
Question.
speak.
Yes.
Where is my frog?
The frog is probably in its dimension at the moment.
Okay.
Unless you want it out.
No.
Okay, it's in its wee dimension. Don't worry, your frogs. I've got your frog there, ready to go. Just, I imagine you wouldn't walk around with a frog, so you probably would get picked up by a kid, and then bullied. So you're going to try and what? You're going to try and shove her then.
I think I want to try and shove her before she gets close enough.
Okay then.
For fuck's
She needs to
sake.
throw a 14 plus 18? 14?
Is it,
I can't remember. It's been so long.
let's
Um,
just have a look.
DC of 8 plus proficiency bonus plus. So yeah, it's 60.
Well.
Strength saving 16 to beat.
We are fucked.
Yeah. I forgot to say something to you about that, but we'll do just for this. We'll just do it. Let's. Yeah, she doesn't really have much in the way of strength here, boys. So it's. Yeah, she basically gets shoved back 5 foot, so she doesn't even get a chance to. But you just see her. She basically gets this elegant woman wearing this lovely white, gown,
no.
basically lose her foot, and she basically gets shoved backwards.
She's gonna hate us, and we are all going to die.
Can I just look at her with angry eyes?
Nah, she just regards you for a few moments. She doesn't even get a chance to put this finger on your chin because of this. She just regards you for a few moments. She just goes, curious. She then looks at Barthra and goes, will I release him? And she just goes, yes, really, release him. You've made your point. And he stands up.
Fucking hell.
And they actually see he stands up and he actually lifts a finger to you, Xavier, as the effects of the whole person basically fades. That was scary. You had no control over your body, apart from your mind, of course. And you basically see him lift his hand towards you, and he goes, I don't know what your problem is, but the attitude, drop it. He goes, we don't want to cause a bloodbath here. He then looks to Amithra, and she just does a gentle shrug of her shoulders and basically returns to his side. And then he goes, so, I'll tell you what it is then. Usually we have jobs posted up on the board, but because you more or less killed the Minotaur, I will be honest, they're not the most savoury of creatures, but muscle is muscle, could have been useful. Well, I'm going to now give you a task. Unfortunately, you don't really have a choice in the matter. It's either you accept this,
Of course.
or we let the Lion Shield Coster basically drag you guys off to Waterdeep.
So
Frankly, I'd rather not
when it
do
comes
anything
round to
about
like
it.
my turns, guys,
You get
just-
a sense that this man is not very.
tell me what you'd like me
he's
to
a
do.
leader, but he's not really like a
Well,
proper leader. He's
I have
more
my
about
own
putting
ideas, so I'll keep
this
it within my
position
character, but
himself, put himself
tell me
here.
what you want me
Other
to do
people
when
are
it gets to
perhaps
my
asking
turns.
to take on this role of
Give me
the
suggestions.
master.
Let's
He's
see
probably already tell you,
see how
he's
stupid
a
we
sort
can
of
make
veteran.
Duck Battlehammer.
He goes, we have had a few issues. A few of the trading routes from here across the tribal trail has been a bit difficult to manage. We've actually had, I believe, Aelin looks to Amithra, who basically regards them as
Has anybody played D&D
We've had,
before?
Basically, 2 different caravans go missing. One very, very recent.
Be very interested to know what kind of D&D or RPG you guys have done.
While we don't really want to consider the worst case scenario, the fact is these people were supposed to take various ores and gemstones to basically across the tribal trail, and from what we know is they haven't been met. The caravan left just over a week ago. There were four women, 4 traders, 4 humans that, for all intents and purposes, should have made it by now. She lifts up, basically reaches into her ropes, lifts out a very odd-looking little stone object, and she says, like, my compatriots across the tribal trail were awaiting it. We need it for our various spellcasts. I'm sure you understand, but unfortunately, Conneberry has not really given us any information in regards to where they've appeared from. She goes, the job is relatively successful. We need you to head into the... It's not really too dense, but we need you to head into the nearby woods, see if you can find anything. It's preferably, if you can, bring them back alive, at least get any idea of what's happened. I don't know if they're alive or dead. It's quite unfortunate if they are dead, but we need to know what's happened. If there's actual dangers out in the forest now, we need to be made well aware of it. She looks to you 5 now, indeed, and she then looks to Peck. So I asked you here because don't think I haven't noticed, because you and I are quite similar. You may find it odd to go with these people, but I feel like you may be of some use to them, and likewise they could find use of them. She basically gives Heck a little smile. There's obviously a bit of sorcerers and wizards don't get on too well. You know, one's basically studied to become who they are, other one's basically been born with it. You know, there's a little bit of a sore spot, perhaps.
Jealousy.
Could be jealousy, but
I'm rolling with jealousy.
you're rolling with jealousy. That's fine. Xavier thinks that Demetra is jealous of his pimmers, but she basically would then say, we would expect you to perhaps leave in the morning. I believe that she then regards Xavier that for a moment, well, a little bit of disdain, that you've acquired lodgings for yourself at the inn. If you're willing to do this for us, we will even pay you for your services. That way, it's not just free work. But Bartra immediately goes, "Well, pay them. They killed a Minotaur." And she just cuts him and goes, I know, but this is a matter that is now grown a little bit tense. We know of what's been basically whispered amongst the townspeople, that perhaps there are actual people that are going missing that we aren't aware of, just travellers that have came in and have actually just been taken from the road. We don't know. So we'd like to at least try and find any of these villagers. And she gives the 5 of you a smile. She goes, do you think you'll be happy to do this for us? And basically side eyes if you expect him to say no, you know.
He just like folds his arms as his fuck all.
Yeah, as long as they're current.
I'll pipe up from the back and go like, "Oh, it's not like we really have a choice, right?"
No, but I'm trying to be nice. She gives you a smile.
Can we not just walk away then and say, yeah, sure, we'll do it, run away? Why should we do anything for this lady?
And then But Martha would go, unfortunately, you wouldn't get very far.
I'm stood next to. Sorry, I've forgotten your name again. Stood next to Kaelin with a dagger in hand, spinning it round, and I look at these three individuals and say, "Will there be money involved?"
Indeed, you will be paid for your services.
Did you just
I'm
hear
in.
him? Just said that they were going to pay us for this.
Doesn't mean they're going to pay us with money, friend.
Yeah, they could pay us in sucker punch spells.
Yeah. Never considered that. Like maybe floating an axe onto a roof?
Fucking dwarves.
Fucking wizard.
It's not a wizard, fuck.
The hell do you have against the wizard?
What the hell don't you have against wizards?
I'm a wizard.
Let's all calm down. Okay, it's been a rough evening. Can we just get through this and get some rest?
Get rest? Are you serious? We nearly died to this this thing, and then we're the ones that are somehow in trouble for defending ourselves. Well, some whatever book.
What is your name?
Mine,
Yes.
Xavier.
Okay, Xavier. You are capable. Yes.
I assume so.
Are you capable? Are you capable of magic?
Yes.
Evidently. She gives you a dirty smile at that. She goes, why did you feel the need to kill the Minotaur? She lifts her hands up. You could, and she makes a point of now saying this. You could, for example, have just knocked him unconscious, but you decided to kill him.
I would like to mention that he was about to gore me. I am but a wee elf. He is a big minotaur. I would have died.
She goes, perhaps, but
Xander,
Whatever.
Xander. Xavier kind of furls his bow a second and then his brow, and looks over at Kimura and was like, well, actually, I did take the non-violent option, and somebody decided to undo the effects of my spell.
Me see big angry minotaur, me have sword, me stab. What can I say? I am simple folk.
you actually
Like,
hear
screw
Baphomet
this.
just go, I like that one.
In my defense, I just tried to ensure he'd never have children.
Oh, well, you can be glad he won't be having children from what you've been seeing. He's dead, of course. He just goes,
Mission accomplished, I guess.
yeah, indeed. He goes, there's 5 of you now. And he goes, hey, you actually feel like grumbling. He goes, considering the cost of the flying shields, 1, 4. If you do this for us, we will give you 20 gold apiece for 100 gold in total, 20 gold split, even.
Done.
We're good for it.
Make a persuasion check, Hawk. Heck.
You gotta tell me how to do that.
Yep. So if you go to the top right corner, a little newspaper icon. If you click on that, you should see Heckwork in there.
Yeah.
Click on it.
Prestige.
Go to character sheet, and you're basically looking for. On the left-hand side, you'll find like a bunch of like acrobatics, animal handling, arcana. You're looking
Yeah,
for persuasion. Just
I
click
think I
on
just
persuasion.
did.
6. And he goes, 6. You got a 6. Okay. And he goes, unfortunately, yeah, seems to almost spit out the word goblin. He goes, Mister. What's your name, goblin?
Heckwork.
Mister. He looks at me really. Heckwork. We don't have the funds, unfortunately. We already have to probably pay a dividend to the lazy bastards next door just to try and keep this hush.
What if I can do a backflip?
We'll make it 21 gold if you can do a backflip.
25.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage. The
Backflip.
disadvantage being that he's already been asked for an improvement and he's basically said no. So for disadvantage, you have a button on your sheet that says advantage, normal, disadvantage, hit
Yeah.
disadvantage, and then hit persuasion.
Persuasion, yeah. Oof.
He goes, 21 gold for a backflip, my final offer.
Okay.
You now must do a... But are you going to do this standing still?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a DC 12, yeah, DC 12 acrobatics check for me, please.
How the hell do I do?
So you just click on it. Just click on normal and hit acrobatics. That's it. You basically watch Kimura basically just, without skipping a beat, just backflip in the spot. Lands quite deftly. And he goes, ha! I was expecting you to eat shit. 21 gold each.
Let's go.
I have something I want.
Really? What do you want? What do you want?
It doesn't cost you a thing.
What do you want then?
I want your wicked witch of the west here to turn my skin back proper.
Huh.
Ah, indeed, actually. Speaking of, curiously, Xavier appears human, but has skin that is like the deepest of royal blues. And she basically looks to you, Xavier, looks to Bafra, and would go, I don't know. She tilts her head and goes, she actually now makes her way forward. May I check? You know, she actually brings her hands up towards you.
At least you asked this time, sure.
She rolls her eyes at you, and was basically,
Wizards.
did you say that so she was in earshot?
No, I telepathically communicated with somebody. I don't know. Grasp. We'll say it's Duck, because he's nearby.
Okay. So, Doc, you hear Xavier's voice in your head suddenly and go, fucking wizards.
I chuckle to myself.
Baffle just starts laughing along with what they're talking about. Doesn't know what's so funny. Amithra actually brings her hand against your forehead for a moment. You know, she furrows her brow. And let's just do a 22. She goes. She actually looks a little bit confused here. She goes, "What even happened?" You know, she actually presses her fingertips against your skin. Oddly, her fingertips are actually very hot to the touch. Not painfully so, Xavier, but they are. It almost feels like there's an unnatural amount of like just heat in her fingertips. You can probably get the idea that this woman probably has quite a lot of magic capability, but she seems to be a little bit perplexed as to in regards to what's happened to your skin. She goes, "What happened with this?"
I don't know. The Minotaur was charging against, I don't even remember who, and I tried to put it to sleep, and then apparently I'm blue.
She lifts a hand up to her chin. She looks amongst you. She goes, "Did this happen after he cast a spell?"
Who is it? Who is she asking?
Asking all of you. Well, you four.
I'll nod from the back.
She notices the silver mask like not bobbing up and down, and she actually brings her hand against it and goes, "Okay. I don't have the capability to do it for you today, but if you will honour the fact that I'll give you my word, I will hopefully change your skin back to normal tomorrow, but I cannot do it for you today. I need to wait for tomorrow. I need to rest first." She gives you a smile. Notably, for Heckmuck, you obviously blatantly now know this is a wizard, and she pretty much means she has to prepare that spell, like mentally prepare to cast it. That she's going to try. She nods. She goes, "However, if I do this for you, you do not get your gold."
Oof.
She then lifts her hand. Only for this gentleman here. Because he just said he doesn't want anything. He just wants us done.
No, I didn't. I said I wanted something extra that wasn't more gold.
Oh, I thought. Pretty sure you said you wanted something that wasn't. She goes, Well, in that case, you'll need to make a persuasion check, Xavier.
Finally, a roll I have proficiency in. Watch me rolling out one. Here it comes. Persuasion.
Pretty high. She goes, very well. Come here tomorrow before, and we'll tell you where you need to go, and we will. Yes, we will get everything sorted, and I will read up on your magic, see if I can understand exactly what's happened. She gives you a nod and a bow of her head. And you hear Bathra basically in the back just go, right then,
Well,
we have a
thank
deal.
you for the follow there, I
21 gold each. And
much appreciated.
he squints, that's a glide, and goes, the blue man becomes not blue.
Not blue man.
Yeah, I do. I think
I
I
guess
see
I
me
am
right
blue.
now.
He brings a hand up to his chin and goes, you look like a clown. You know, it just suddenly dawns on him. You could probably get. I mean, this man isn't the most.
Thank you for joining
He's
me, though, dude.
intelligent
Thank you for
enough
joining.
to have some respect, but in some cases, it doesn't have much in the way of social conduct. You know, it just sits there like hand on his slightly round belly and just goes. He goes, I like you, and he gives you a grin. It sounded sincere, at least. He goes, very well. Do you have a name for you guys collectively? Squints between you.
We're the Atrocities.
The what? Sorry, you
I think
cut
I
out
just-
for me.
Nothing.
I think he was memeing.
I was
think it's
memeing.
me.
I think you were memeing.
What would be called the
What's a
five
meme?
must
You
quiz.
You just hear
Duck and the Ducklings.
yeah, you hear Bathra in the back go, well, for the legal papers, you shall now be known as cow butchers. And there's a very deep guttural laugh.
The fuck
There
we
you go.
will.
Ah.
I'll have you know,
We
there's a
don't
very
talk
distinct
people
difference
like-
between a cow and a bull.
The barbecuers or the cow tippers. We should be called the cow tippers.
Cow tippers, I'll take it.
Cow tippers. That's funny as well. I like. You just see Amithra basically just look between Bathra, looks to you guys, and just so you guys have your notes, that's the guy's name, Bathra. You just see him look between you guys, look, and he basically goes, well, very well, we'll see you in the morning. Don't be too early. I'm going to be up late tonight with paperwork involving a unfortunate incident involving a minotaur, and you know that unfortunately the government and what have they been done, although they may not send troops here, they kind of need to know about these things. So an unfortunate mining accident, involving volatile ores that were charged with electricity. I'm sure you can understand.
Can I get a read if he's bullshitting us right now, or if he actually
Make an
has some
insight.
kind
Make
of
an insight
authority?
check.
Like, is he actually working with the government?
Make an insight check.
Insight.
Sounds likely.
Okay.
There's a high possibility.
I'd like to ask him how he plans to explain the multiple stab wounds.
So you ask it. It goes.
Rocks are sharp, yo.
He goes.
Maybe tripped and fell on some shears.
I like it. Mithra, note that down. Trapped a fellows of shears. Have 22 gold. Yeah, he starts laughing again.
Thank you.
clearly this is a very jovial sort. And you see the blonde man basically peek his head in and he goes, "Father, please stop laughing. You're going to wake up all the children." And he goes, "Ha, of course, son." He goes, "Have you met my son?" He points at the blonde man who's peeked in.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that had the stick up his ass when we rolled into town.
Ah,
Yes, we were commanded to come here immediately.
Because we
Ah.
killed a minotaur.
well, you did kill a minotaur. I mean,
Yeah, I think he's
you
got
know.
Allegedly.
He's not
Allegedly.
wrong, technically, I guess.
Well, according to the legal papers, we didn't.
Well, he
Yeah,
tripped and
who
fell on
killed
some
a
shears.
minotaur?
Well, that is my eldest son, Kaelin. And Kaelin now, you've now got a name for the man. He lifts his hands up. There's his name there for you boys. Also for the elf.
Hey, we
you
have
go.
this lady here called Kaelin, and this man's called Kaelin. Everyone's Kaelin.
Yeah.
And
So
we're
you got Mithra.
Kaelin Minotaurs. Allegedly.
Yeah. No, I actually laughed when you said Kaelin, by the way. I was like, oh, that's going to be funny. So that's a Kaelin with a guy, but there's probably more pronounced Kylan. We'll call it Kylan, so there's a distinct difference. Kylan, there you go. We'll change his name slightly.
A Mithra is the elf.
The elf wizard. And Bathra is obviously the town master.
Oh, that's his name. In my notes, he's noted as Big Boss Man.
Big boss man.
And his son is Big Boss Man's son.
Yeah. And basically, Kylan will just go. He goes, "Stuck up my arse, really?"
How'd
Yep.
you spell the username?
It should be on the chat.
I only see Basa and Mithra. Oh, no, I do. Kaelin, I'm fucking stupid.
Kylan, yeah. He basically, you can see him. He's leaning in. Okay, you can see him basically looking in. He's got his hand in his sword. He's basically rolling the pommel on his palm of his hand. So he's basically doing a circle with it. He goes, "Ah, really stuck up my arse? Is that what you're saying?"
It's a joke.
No, it's not.
He starts going. He goes, "You know, if you weren't to act like savage beasts, I probably wouldn't have." And he gives you a probably a smile that was pretty much, oh, what a cunt, that sort of smile.
Yeah.
You
See
say
you next
savage beasts.
Tuesday.
We are the ones you want us to do your job for you.
Guy goes, "I'm not the town." He lifts his hands up, and the sword goes clattering to the floor, and he basically quickly picks up, lifts his hands and goes, "I'm not the one in charge here. I'm just here to know why
What
I'm here."
exactly? What are you two for?
To look
He
pretty.
goes, "Ah, yes. I'll give myself a profession here. I will be a cleaner for Minotaur. I will clean up the Minotaur. There you go. That's why I'm here. So you guys gave me a job to do. Thank you." Give you a wide smile.
You're welcome.
And that's more like
Allegedly.
it. You took the stick out. Good job.
Martha just sitting going, "Play nice, children."
Is this
Yeah,
because I'm small?
He gives you a look. He goes, "Oh no, I know a dwarf that's a little bit smaller than yourself actually, that could probably put me on my arse. Has put me on my arse, I should probably say."
She probably has.
Yeah.
Me too.
He's dead now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
that
very
took a
sad
turn
stuff.
for the worse.
Very, very sad circumstance. We actually had a cave-in that's been ongoing to get it fixed. We actually had two people arrive to survey the work that's been done. Two dwarves recently arrived. But I'm sure we'll come to that eventually.
Did you warn them about the cave-in?
Well, that's was he lifts his hands up to his beard and he goes, if my bookkeeping is correct, that was about 8 months." Mayfair immediately goes, 12 months. 12 months. He goes, 12 months. Thank you. 12 months ago, there was quite a bad cave-in. It's been an ongoing situation to actually have it reopened up. It's not too far from here. We believe it is originally some sort of beginnings of perhaps a mine. We're not too sure. but we've had these two dwarves. One in particular, a woman that arrived recently. She's to meet up with one of her own, and they are going to basically survey it to see if it's safe to actually enter it or not. And he goes, but I'm sure we'll find perhaps work for you to do in that regard once you've done this task. And goes, I'm getting sleepy now. Kylan, come here, you five. And he looks amongst you for a moment and goes, get some rest. And you, points a meaty finger at you, Xavier. Goes, you come back here early in the morning and I'll make sure Amithra tries to fix your situation so you don't feel so blue. He starts laughing again. You know, do you guys laugh along with him?
That means sad.
It does.
More
Are
of
you
those
sad,
little chuckles.
boy? He looks at you, Xavier.
I'm surrounded by imbeciles.
Does he say this?
Yeah, I would say it quietly. He just kind of puts his head in his hand, and it's like, it's not audible, but I suppose it's maybe people immediately around me could hear it.
You go, he squints you with that eye. It looks more like him just going, huh? Like, as if he was almost like a drunk pirate almost. And he goes, sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
I was asking what the Minotaur was doing here.
Same as anyone else, potential riches. He just slowly squints his way. As this is happening, Heckwalk actually appears to be tapping the balls of this quite lovely interior with his staff. These are pretty sturdy balls, Heckwalk. They're pretty good quality. Even to check that, you can just tell from your staff the way that your staff just taps. You know, they're not hollow; they are solid.
They tell me they don't have more money to give us.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Goblin.
Oh god, that got me, Jesus. Amithra basically goes, fine, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And he looks at Xavier, I'll see you four. And he looks to Heckman and goes, please be careful. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do, little one, but just be careful. She gives you a smile. You get the idea that maybe tapping against these walls at some point might be a bit of either unfortunate or fortunate circumstance. Just from the words alone. It's quite curious choice of words. But Barthra then just starts clapping. He goes, clap, clap. He goes, right, off to bed. See you tomorrow.
Can I ask before we step out?
Yep.
Is there a point somewhere around here where I can discreetly cast a cantrip that just has a vocal component? Right. Since I'm tucked in a corner, a bit more back from everybody, could I
what are you trying to
get away
cast?
with that?
What are you trying to cast?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy. Okay.
I wanna make a sound from originating from a point.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Well, what to do for me then? Is just checking one thing. Yep. As you know, it's verbal. So what do you say as you cast it? So this is going to be because it still has a verbal component. Even if you're speaking it quietly, it's still a verbal component. So make a because they're mid conversation. We'll do a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So as you utter the incantation while they're speaking, you're basically speaking it softly, but you're also casting a spell.
Yeah. I'll try to make it look like I'm sort of like praying to myself, or like when people do this or something that. Something discreet. Stealth advantage.
17. You successfully cast it without getting noticed. What does this look like, and what do you do, Gillen?
Visually, basically nothing.
Mhm.
If that works, because
Yep,
it's
that
a cat.
works. Yep,
Yeah.
that works.
Oh, okay. I just want Kalen to
So yeah, just join
fart
us.
in the middle of this conversation. We allow, or
As we,
for everybody to think that just a loud farting noise from Kalen.
From the so is this from
Hang
her
on.
or from the sun?
From the sun.
I'll explain this shortly.
Okay, interesting. So you basically hear, as mid-conversation, you just hear the you know, and he goes, nah, that was not me. You just hear Bath and he goes, ha ha, go change your underwear, boy. he laughs. You just see Kyle, like red-faced, actually stomps off at this. You know, that he maybe has a little bit more to do with his looks, you know, his appearance, his general well-being. That stung him a little bit, Kaelin. You can already tell. I don't even need different. You know that got him. He stomped
No.
off, you know. Somewhere.
I'll even do a little like this towards my mask when that happens.
All right, okay. So
Oh dear.
he just goes. Barton goes, huh, if he shit himself, I'm going to piss myself tonight laughing. And then looks at Mithra, who's basically now folded her arms, you know, that stereotypical like, mother look, as if to say, yeah, just time to behave, and he goes, I'm sorry. I mean, what I mean is, yes, we'll see you tomorrow, we'll discuss where you need to go, discuss potential threats, and yes, we will, we'll see you in the morning. Yeah, he looks at Mithra, and he goes, happy? She goes, splendidly happy. She then goes to Xavier, Xavier, I will see you tomorrow. Go get some rest, and please don't kill anyone else while you're here.
Sure.
And she, as she said that, she more regards all of you. And she looks to the little goblin and goes, heck. See if you follow these fine gentlemen, I'm sure they will look after you. They I said, I've got a feeling you'll be able to help them out a little bit here. And she gives you a little smile, heck.
Alright, what do I get from it?
She goes, I will. He goes, she blasts her hands up to her chin. She goes, I will. Because I more or less asked you here, I will give you something in exchange. He goes,
Something.
something. She brings her hands together. You see these silver runes come together, and she actually conjures in her hand this very curious, odd little box. Actually, that at the top it almost looks like a piggy bank, but it's very weird. It has a little chute. And she basically goes, she looks at you, and she actually then speaks. So you guys just hear like, unless you speak Goblin, it sounds very weird. And Goblin, heck, she actually speaks to you quite fluent. He goes, I know that you may like shiny things. This little magic thing here is called a coin converter, my own creation. If you put, and she just explains if you put 10 silver in this, it will make a gold piece. You put 10 gold pieces in this, it'll make a platinum coin. She goes, coins! She goes, she basically claps her. It's almost like, now, this is an elderly goblin, so you guys basically see these two conversion goblin here, okay? But this is a elderly goblin, basically, speak with a woman that looks much her junior, but she's speaking to him as if he was like a child. Very weird to watch. You know, she basically claps her hands together and goes, yes, shiny coins. She gives you a wide smile. So, heck, Buck, you now officially have your coin converter.
Oi.
Exactly. So, for the party, be aware, this is just basically an easier way for you guys to change coins up from one type into another. There you go, you've got your coin converter.
If we can convince Heck.
If you can convince Heck to let you use it, of course.
Damn it, Heck.
Acrobat.
What's
Yeah.
wrong?
It's his. It's his.
Fucking
Amazing.
voice.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
what do you guys do? Do you guys leave now?
Yep.
Okay, and where are you going?
Back to the tavern.
Back to the tavern.
I'm just gonna take 1 minute if that's okay for a quick bathroom break.
Absolutely, no problem.
Me too.
Quickly, we'll have a couple minute break. If you go to the bathroom, on you go.
I'll be back.
Oh, cool.
Steve.
Enjoy the music
Yes.
and whatever the hell they talk about.
Why are you playing chicken with the wizards?
You're such a prick, Steve.
What? You are absolutely playing chicken with wizards at this point.
Yeah. Like, if it fucks up, blows up my face, it blows up my face, but the character's the character, you know?
Fucking love it.
Yeah, true to the character. I mean,
I don't play any sort of RP with any intention of playing a certain way for the benefit of me as the player, you know?
Yeah, it's all for the
yeah.
character and having fun as well. It's all for
Yeah.
roleplay.
all for roleplay.
This is gonna break my voice, I can already tell.
Yeah, don't screw your voice up too much, by the way. If you want, you can speak normal, just so people understand. Can you say you're speaking like a goblin? We know what it sounds like now. Just don't watch your throat doing that. Yeah. See, the thing is, if I start using my numb voice, I sound like this. And as you can probably imagine, it doesn't very feel good on the throat. Oh, if only I had skills as a voice actor, that'd be great.
Alright, it's good. I got my bottle of water next to
You
me.
got your
Bottle of water.
bottle of water, no worries.
I got my rum and
The only
coke.
thing I am worried about, in inverted commas, is my fuckery gets teammates in trouble.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's fine too.
irreversibly.
It's
Irreversibly so. Like, I don't want to, like, fuck up and derail a campaign, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's part of the fun, at least for me.
Yes.
Hey. He's back.
What's up? What's up?
You're back. We're all back.
I don't think Duck is.
Nope, Doug's not back. That's right.
Yeah, he's still out of his chair in his stream.
Yeah. Of course, Doug is streaming, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got our Gobby in our party.
Yeah.
It's gonna be even more chaos than what it already is.
So actually, because of I won't get into it, but because you've mostly got a look. This is more to Kimura. I'll look at the man who's watching you, just so you know what he looked like.
Mhm.
This was him here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very
Um,
interesting.
Are we still in the big boss man's house at the minute?
You are getting ready to leave.
When Duck gets back, am I able to do a perception check to see if I can just to inspect the walls and stuff?
Oh, of course. I mean, you can roll perception. Yeah, I mean, yeah, roll perception. We can explain to Doc when he comes back. You know, it's not too serious. Roll perception for me. It looks like in this building is pretty much a door straight into a square. It's not really that elaborate. It's just got a couple of chairs set up, big table. You know, off to the far left, well, the right hand side, in the middle, it looks like the wall has a tiny little bit of an indent that comes together about maybe 4 foot, 5 foot across each other. So it's like solid wall, indent on both sides, and then they join together. You could probably imagine that there's either it's a fake wall or it's a fake door.
Okay. And where did you say that was, sir? On the
This would
right hand
be
side.
On the right hand side, so this part of the building here. Which, if you were to look outside, would make sense.
Am I aware if there's like of the size of the building? Would it make sense that that would lead to an outside room, or that it would lead to somewhere else?
It looks like it would lead to another room attached onto the building.
Okay.
But aye, upsetting the frickin' wizard. Yeah, if you frickin' heat.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you know, as a wizard, you know, you don't know how powerful this wizard is. But, hey, it could be worse. So for the sake of expediency, because we do actually have a couple of people that need to go, we're actually going to just say, call here, Duck's just going to be in the background, and you're going to leave, okay guys?
Mhm.
Because we don't want to spend too long, because I know there are a couple of people that need to unfortunately leave, which is
Yeah,
not
but
a problem.
don't speed up for me. It's fine.
No, you're fine. No, it's not just yourself that needs to leave. But yeah, you guys would basically see this Kimura, this odd shaped wall, and you're now back out in the street. Where would you like to go?
I would like to go back to the tavern.
Yeah, I'll turn towards the rest and shakingly. Like, can we please get some rest? That hit we took earlier didn't do me any good.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll be honest here, Kaelin, you are absolutely fucked.
I'm destroyed, yeah.
Not sure you've only got 1 hit point left, is that right?
Yep. 1 hit point. I am like shaking, knees are shaking while I'm walking. Barely standing up.
So, you make your way back to the Stone Hill Inn. Notably, it's got a little bit darker. It's probably about maybe 7, 8 o'clock, maybe somewhere at night. The sky above has now changed from that grey overcast. It's now pretty much still overcast, but it's now like a almost turning slightly. You know, if you were to look up at the clouds, they're now starting to turn like a sort of light greyish blue. Obviously, night is well on its way. The stalls that were around the town centre, you guys saw, pretty sure one of you actually spoke to a gnome and bugbear duo that were working leathers. All the stalls have been packed up. The stalls themselves have been left, but the goods upon them have all been packed up and moved, probably taken inside for safety. Clearly, no sane person would leave their luxury goods, if they want to call them luxury goods, out for people to just pick up during the night. It makes sense, they're all in storage. As you enter, notably, Kimura, you'll notice this first more than else. The 2 people that were eyeing you up are long gone. They're not at their table. They're not in here anymore. So at least that's a benefit. They're not here. Not too bad. You actually see Zorsha look up as you guys enter, and she basically, in the most comical fashion, she basically puts her hands like to her head, and then pushes them out as if to say, "What?" Like just a physical. What were you thinking? You know, like you could probably tell there's actually laughter in here. You know, and as you guys enter, it goes dead silent. Everyone is watching you. What would you like to
Who's
do?
buying us a drink then?
And you actually hear a hand in the background. you hear a voice that goes, "Do a magic trick."
I do a backflip.
Dexterity check. Sorry, acrobatics. Sorry.
Fuck.
It would have been 12. You beat it. You backflip. The tavern erupts into laughter. You know, it's very weird. For that brief moment, where they were staring you guys out, you know, it was like, oh, what have we fucked up here? It's now, it's quite comfy.
And
And
with my backflip, I take a bow, and I ask Xavier if I may have the key to the room that we rented.
Sure. I give him the key, and I decide to announce I stand up on a table, and sort of
alright.
give give Zosha.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down because I lost my original notes. I give Zosha the eye of like, sorry for standing on the table.
I'm gonna
And,
back off.
Now, notably, she just gives you a smile. Evelia is staring daggers at you at this point, Xavier. She is like, you fucking what?
Oh, oops.
and I just
So,
pretend not to see her and be like, so who wants to see magic tricks?
the whole place erupts. You just hear like various voices, male, female, me, like, you just hear everyone just go. Now, the table you're standing on would be one of the ones closer to the middle. You'll remember the image I linked. The
There you
other
go.
one still hasn't for uploading. It should be still in the general chat. Let's just do this. This is the layout of the building, so if you click on that reply, you'll see the attachment. You'll basically be one of the two ones in the middle there. You can pick
Sure.
the top one or the bottom one. You basically have pretty much the majority of the tavern now surrounding this table. You have their attention, Xavier.
I've just realised I don't have proficiency in performance. Okay, shit. Do you know what? Fuck it, I'll roll with it anyway. I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation and create various sort of almost stick figures out of light and sparks and sort of reenact in an exaggerated fashion the battle that just took place. With a monologue going on about how we're the greatest heroes and all this kind of stuff, and really just try and set the scene, right? And I guess roll performance. Hey,
Let's go.
You have everyone's attention. With so much detail, you just see this show of lights, of stick men, of a battle exaggerated beyond what actually happened, you know. It's quite a gripping tale just watching it. Do you actually, like, narrate what happens, Xavier?
yeah, I give the whole 9 yards, and I exaggerate with the lightning that came from my hands was shot at the Minotaur, and the Minotaur deflected the blow and it hit my comrades, and they courageously stood back up to fight against it and like really ham it up, you know. Not to the point of being like straight untruth, just exaggerated.
Yeah, you have everyone's attention, and you it was like, what? You just hear a voice in the background. Sounds quite gruff, quite feminine as well. Don't know who it's coming from. There's too many people around you. And she goes, what happened to the Minotaur?
Hello.
How did the lightning come out your hands?
He kind of just continues his cast and his
Xavier,
prestidigitation.
make a perception check.
A perception check.
A perception check.
A perception check.
Perception.
Where the fuck is perception on this list? Oh no.
I'm assuming wisdom.
Hey, guys!
As you're doing this, you actually catch wind of a familiar-looking elf with white hair, white gown, standing at a window, just looking in. And
Someone
you meet
fill
her-
me
you
in. What have I
basically, your
missed?
eyes meet with her.
Chat. What have I missed?
And from what it looks like, make an insight check now for me as well, Xavier.
Get in there, rolls.
Jesus Christ.
She is not impressed.
Well, can I take the fact that I've now recognised this and tweak my story slightly? And I continue to bring the story to an end, and I then say, and all of this was possible, all the strength that we found, all of the courage we had, it all came from Evelia's amazing stew and meal. So I encourage you all to buy an extra drink. Kind of like direct the crowd towards her attention as we kind of step off the table.
Velia catches this, and you see her facial expression go from glaring daggers to you. Her face was like stern, like proper aggressive. Immediately changes. She's like beaming, happy. And you just hear the crowd go, oh yeah, I mean, this show's pretty good, you know. She's actually a pretty good owner of the then. You hear the grumbling voice, you know, like, on one hand, they believe you that perhaps her food is what gave you strength, but on the other hand, they're not too happy when you get paid fucking money, potentially. Because you already can probably imagine that Avelia's probably going to put the price up now of her stew. And, yeah.
It was kind of done in a way to kind of encourage them all to buy like a portion or something so they could have the same experience we had, you know?
Absolutely. But Avelia also, being the smart woman that she is, can take advantage of this.
Fair enough.
She's not a little pushover in regards to monetary commitments, as it were. So, you basically have the crowd. Eventually, obviously, your story would come to an end. You know, the flashing lights at one point at your leisure would close, and you basically get an eruption of applause. Kimura, as this happened, has disappeared.
I just realised I've been so fucking stupid. What did I do that for?
Everyone is now like talking, and you know they're asking like, "What's your name?"
I can't really say I'm playing the character without really realising how always see how fucking dumb I've just been, but he's just gonna call out and be like, I am Xavier, the greatest magic user that ever lived. And I like kind of side eye the window to see if what's her chops is still there.
She's gone.
Oh,
Not
thank
there
God.
anymore.
Good.
You hear a voice in your head, Xavier. And it sounds very familiar, very feminine. It sounds like a certain elf. And she just goes, "Stop drawing attention to yourself." And that's it. You can respond to that message if you want. 20 words or less. Sorry, wait, not 20. 25 words. Sorry.
I was just trying to help the tavern keep.
There's no response. But obviously, you probably imagine she did hear it, but just there's no response.
Okay.
But eventually, the crowds would start to disperse back to their tables. Notably, you guys have as much booze as you want. People are happy to buy you guys rounds because of this wonderful performance from Xavier. So you guys can drink as much as you want. You can do whatever you like.
Get some decent meal and some drinks and
Do you
Cool.
eat your meal downstairs, or are you going up to your room at some point?
What do you guys think?
I don't know. Do
I'm
I
already
fit
in the room.
chair? Do I fit in a chair, or do I have to be standing up in a chair?
There's a few goblin-sized chairs. There are goblins in this, you know, this town.
Yeah, I'll just sit downstairs.
Yeah, I'll wait downstairs.
Considering my injuries, I am
Sleep.
excuse myself from the group. But I will walk to the bar before I head up
Uh-huh.
and try to get Ivilia's attention.
She gives you a look. And she goes, ah, yes, of course. She clicks her fingers. Now, she's a bit happier. You can tell immediately she's a bit happier. You are... What's your name again?
Oh, it's Kaelin. Kaelin Melloril. My pleasure.
Caitlin. How can I help you?
I just wanted to inquire. We bumped into a gentleman earlier today when we arrived to this nice town. A big guy, Goliath. Do you know him?
Make a persuasion check. You the way you ask this, you know, it might just be your very nature. You manage to lower her defensive barriers enough for her to basically go, she goes, yes, Goliath, tall guy, big beard, you know, tattoos, as most of them can have. Very drunk, later on. Yes, what do you want to know about him?
Oh, well, I was just wondering if anything was bothering him. He didn't seem too well, and I was just curious. Maybe I could help him somehow.
She just goes, his name is Kazanov, because you fucking got the natural 20, so Kazanov. She goes, he's been here for probably just over 2 years. He's one of the... She looks puzzled for a moment, like, if you could say that miners have skill, one of the most skilled, he knows his ores, knows his rocks, knows how to work the pickaxe in a safe manner. He's the small group of miners that quite frequently go out into the hills to see if they can discover any of these tunnels that have been left abandoned. She then brings her hand up to her, up to her chin thoughtfully and says, he didn't say if anything was bothering him, but I do know that he does just like his alcohol. There's every chance that he could just have drank a lot, but he's a nice sort, you know. He's not a danger.
Oh, I see. Does he have a tab or anything, or could I perchance open one up for him?
You certainly can. She gives a little bit of a look at you at this. And you make a perception check. Keelan. So that's our lovely Goliath's full name there.
Oh, okay. I did not spell that.
So she said Kazanov, but you just hear her saying so. Kazanov, the right stalker. Kalukagano. You actually hear the name, right name sound. And you don't notice her writing anything else down. But because you're in mid-conversation with her, you're also going to get an insight check here as well.
It's
21. You get the feeling that by asking to put a tab in this person's individual. Quite unusual, because you pretty much asked about him and then asked to put a tab on his name. She might have taken a note of that. You're not too sure what she wrote down, but that was a bit odd for her. But she did do it. She did nod, but she'd certainly found that very odd for you to ask that.
And I'll, as discreetly as I can, I will dig out 3 gold coins and I will slip it to her as discreetly
Did you
as
ask?
possible.
Gail, sorry. Did you ask if he had a tab, or can we
At,
open a tab?
at first, I asked if he had a tab, and if not, as in like open one for him, as in
Yeah.
pay
So
some
he
money.
didn't have a tab, but you've opened a tab for him. Pretty much. And put 3 gold towards it, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
thought
you can
he-
bring-
I thought he did have a tab. I thought he gave them.
He did, but I didn't know it in character. But I remember that he did. He was being yelled at because he didn't pay his tab or something like that.
Well remembered.
Yep.
Got you.
You
Yeah,
can probably tell.
I don't know.
You can probably tell there's a little bit of an odd thing here, but she gives you a once over, looks at the gold coins, her eyes basically widen. You, obviously, this woman loves the look at gold coins. I mean, who wouldn't? And she takes the gold coins, gives you a nod, and says, "Very well then.
Could you do me another favor? It's just a harmless thing. See, I do like myself an odd little joke and prank with my friends here and there.
And I,
Just listening.
and I'll dig out another coin like discreetly in my closed hand and push it towards her.
Could you, the first time he comes in here and wants to start drinking, could you serve him some kind of non-alcoholic brews, but make it seem like it's alcoholic? Maybe something with the same taste.
She looks at you here as if there's almost like a hamster on wheels starting to turn quite quickly here and going, that could potentially be a very good business idea. You probably get the idea from, you know, pretend to sell alcohol without it being alcohol, cheaper, still make money from it.
Just wanna kid around a little with him.
She nods, so mark off 4 gold there, Kellen.
Yep.
And
And
you actually get a smile out of Avela now. It's a very scraggly looking thing now. She doesn't usually smile, so as she smiles, she actually knows she's missing a few teeth here, you know. Clearly, clearly quite a rough individual.
beneath the mask, Gale has the biggest smile ever. And thinking about the emotional roller coaster that Goliath is gonna have when he wakes up with a hangover, finds out that he's been robbed for all his money and jewels, heads to the tavern and suddenly finds that he can drink a bunch for free, and then gets fed with non-alcoholic brews. that roller coaster of emotions for that day just sends shivers in Gale's body thinking about it.
Oh, what a cruel individual.
Contently, she bids adieu and shakily walks up to the room.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Just bear back a wee quick second here, guys. Pretty much it's now Xavier, Heck, and Doc will be left in the tavern, but bear back 1 second.
Most interesting.
Yeah, well, it's interesting.
Yeah, but
Goblin voice cracks me up. Though.
Reminds me of Gollum, dude.
Yes. Filthy hobbitses. They stole it from us.
What is he does in his pockets?
Gonna find the Hex sitting in the room in the tavern with his coin converter, scoping it in the corner.
God damn it.
So I wonder how many sessions I can go before Matt eventually decides he's had enough of my sorcery bullshit.
Hey, oh boy, sorry about that.
Hi, bro.
Hello.
Oni-chan, don't kill, please.
I said, I wonder how many sessions we can go before you
Take-
get tired of my bullshit.
3d10 necrotic damage for that, Steve.
I'm not taking 3d10 necrotic damage, dude.
My world, my rules.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't take 3d10 to necrotic damage. You'll probably die.
Suddenly feel your soul leaves your body.
Yeah. Quite curious. It's like you feel your chest start to constrict, you know. Pain down your left arm.
Dead. Actually dead.
Well, you'd be unconscious, and it'd be death saving throws.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have 9 HP. That's going to be double.
You have 9?
That's
They're not
right,
dead.
you took damage. Yeah, you're outright. Yeah, you're outright dead.
Ah, isn't it double the max HP?
I thought it was.
Yeah,
I thought
no,
it was
yeah, no, you're right. No, you might be dead. That's death saving throw. You're just very
Yeah.
close.
almost dead. I'm basically ducked.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have a cleric to save you.
Yeah, too bad, huh?
Welcome back. You were a bit longer than expected, so we actually went back to the tavern. So, brief TLDR. They went back. Xavier put on a show, telling everyone what happened. Kimura slipped off to the room. Xavier was basically on a table, pretty much geared at Yaldi, you know, getting everyone hyped up with this very, very well-spoken, very well-executed performance with magic, with stick figures and lights, and, you know, everyone was surrounding this table.
Michael Bay film.
Like, he will be known, he even gave his name as Xavier, the best magic user in the world. So that's what happened, Doug. What would Doug be doing as this happened? You also see, yeah. You also, your drink's actually been paid for. You've actually got multiple rounds paid for because of this light show. So, yeah. Doug's got some free alcohol. Yeah, that's what I expected. So, you do notice Kaelin go up to the basically up to the bar, spoke to Velia, you know, there were discussion between them, and you then see Velia pocket appears to be gold coins. You know, you would have perhaps seen this. And then you see Kaelin make her way upstairs. So it's now you, Heck, and Xavier. Heck, are you still just watching that, like scoffing at what Xavier said?
Oh, I'm just rolling my eyes at what I said.
I find it really hard to hear you do that. I've got to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. It might be because I've got speakers, but
Can the rest hear me better or no?
I think you're just having difficulty to understand you, I think.
Oh,
I can hear you fine. I just don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I speak fluent gobby. I get you.
Yeah, gobbledygook. You got it or you don't.
Fair enough. We'll just have it go as is. So are we retired to the room then?
Yeah. So you all go to retire to the room eventually. Notably, if you didn't eat anything down here at one point before these guys came up, you had Zosha appear at the door. Now, Kimura's a chance. Well, you know, he's an elf, that's what they do. You better much would see Kimura like in this room somewhere, just like sitting, you know, just completely unresponsive, you know, just tranced out. But Kaelin, you'd have Zosha basically come up with a stew meal just for you. But would have brought up too, but well, Kimura as well, you know, transient.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
She gives you a nod, smile, and would depart. So you all retire.
Can I ask? Can I ask Sasha something before she disappears?
Oh, of course.
I kind of like sort of signal for her to come over discreetly and ask if the tavern offers baths.
She just gives you a smile and just shakes her head and says, "No, unfortunately. Most most people that do washing use the." She just gestures well water over their head.
Oh, okay. Very well, no worries.
When everybody is retired, may I wake up from my trance after my 4 hours and then go and attempt something?
Certainly can, but as soon as once we get there, though, before
Yeah.
we get there, rather, you guys go to your room. Zosha would say, obviously, there's actually no really proper baths here. The best you'd get would be a private room with a cold bucket of water to put over your head. So that's what she offers you.
I thank her and she said, yeah, it's fine. It's not a problem.
She gives you a nod and we'll go back to work. Anything else, or he's all retiring to the room now? You do have a little goblin here that may need to be guided. He doesn't actually know what the hell's going on in regards to this room. So, do you feel sorry for the old goblin?
No, not really. Fucking losing.
Doesn't feel sorry for the goblin.
No, I'm gonna walk into the room and find the biggest bed and just jump in it.
There's only a bed.
Okay.
You jump into the bed.
I'm already there.
Hey, Quark!
Wait, what? What?
In a very weird display, as this all happened, this old decrepit goblin somehow does a backflip. Like, just backflips, right? Like, just backflips. You got a couple of people go, what the fuck? You know, it's quite an old looking goblin, just very weird display of just acrobatic ability. They're floored. Heck, you actually get a free drink from that. Well done. Another free drink.
Xavier notices this and realizes that Gamora did this earlier. He decides to try a backflip.
You also do a backflip.
Oh, holy shit, this is easy. Everybody can backflip. Barf, backflip.
Alright, okay, so the guys are still awake. And he's all going to backflip. Acrobatics. You backflip.
Hang on, 1 second.
Actually, no, fuck. Roll it again.
Shouldn't he roll with disadvantage?
Yes, he's an armor.
And he's a dwarf.
And he's a dwarf. You don't get the disadvantage once, so yeah, would have been a disadvantage. Yeah, so. Fuck. You. Describe it then. People are watching us. People are watching us. Oh. Can you roll me a 1d20 for me?
Is that save throw?
You're dead as fuck.
He's gonna die.
Breaks his
Is he
neck.
not like wounded or
That's-
something from
No,
being
no,
unconscious
we're
earlier?
getting here. Just do 1d20.
Breaks his coccyx.
Yep.
Lands on his balls.
Paralyzed from the waist below.
And
Ooh.
when you attack, what do you get as a bonus to that? Well, I can tell you that. I would just look at your sheet. I'll tell you in 1 quick second. So it'd be you got a +5 to attack. So you would have rolled an 18. So let me explain this to you. You see, the people are downstairs now. You have everyone watching. This dwarf, bringing his arms up and basically jumps cannonballs and basically slams into the wooden floor. The way he landed, there is a deafening crack of wood as Duck pretty much snaps one of the wooden floorboards in two completely. Doesn't fall through it, but now there's like quite a long strip that's basically been snapped into from the middle, hanging down, and yeah, so Heckwalk runs away. So you see, it's gonna be right here. 1, 2. None of them hit you. Well, 10 doesn't hit you. But from the bar, you see Avelia throw up a tankard in your direction and start screaming like a banshee for damaging her tavern, her inn. You actually see Zosha go up to start to try and calm her down, but Doc, you should make yourself scared before you suffer the wrath of this halfling woman.
Can I telepathically grab the tankard?
You certainly can.
Do you need anything from me? Because I can't attack with me, chance, but
Yeah, I mean, it would be sleight of hand.
alright. Okay, dexterity, fair enough.
Just sleight of hand. Yep, sleight of hand. You catch the mug before it even hits the floor. It doesn't even break. You catch the mug. You see it basically float in the air. Like it gets caught, then like it just hovers and then stops.
I'm gonna return the mug to the top of the nearest table so that it is not to go anywhere, and I'll be like, chill, I'll fix it. And then I proceed to use precision. Fuck me, man! It's just cannot coming out tonight. The spell we start with P.
Prestidigitation.
I was saying it perfectly fine.
I need you to say the spell, Steve. I don't know what spell you're talking about.
Prestidigitation. I'm a cast prestidigitation on the. Like I fucking said it twice. On the floorboards to make them better than you.
One problem.
What's that?
Prestidigitation does not do that.
Does it? Oh, holy shit, Leisha! Leisha's just creeping in the dark. Fuck. Sorry, what were you saying?
It doesn't work like that. You can't
Doesn't it?
repair. No. There's a spell called a cantrip called mending for something like that. Prestidigitation is like a magical effect. You know, you can't repair something. Even if you did repair it, within an hour it would just disappear again. You know, you can warm stuff, you can flavor stuff, but you can't repair something.
Okay, fair enough. I thought I could like.
But you did announce that you were going to fix it. So, if Elia's watching you, will you
Okay.
disappoint with Elia?
No, fuck no. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Could I subtle spell level 2 suggest? Yeah, no. Not in the middle of tavern. Not fucking level.
By all means, if you want to do it.
Thunder wave.
me just-
Let's go.
What do you think, gang? Yeah, no, baby.
Want to kill us all?
I'm not there. I ran.
Technically, me and Kaylin are upstairs. So yeah, go for it. Go nuts.
I ran.
Alright, fine on. Let's see what happens, shall we? I will cast suggestion. subtly towards what's her chops, Avelia,
Uh-huh.
and suggest to her that actually the floor being broken is better this way.
I see. Okay.
But hold on, wait a minute, no, hang on. If I this only lasts 8 hours, and then she doesn't think that anymore, right?
Correct.
I will undo any of what I've just said and just be like, I'll find someone in the morning to come by and fix it.
She gives you the look of like her fingers up to her eyes and points at you. She's watching you. She's going to hold you to that.
Fine. Fine.
Not only that, I actually think you've used all your sorcery points. I believe. I think.
No,
You used
I have
two.
one
No, you've
left.
used two. You've used two. I know you've used
Yeah,
two.
that's what I mean. I've got one left. I've got
One
one left.
left. That's fine.
Or, but I've had one left.
Yeah. But hey, you still have one left. So, anything else, or do we go to bed?
Bed.
Okay, so before we get to Kimura, Kaelin, as slumber takes you, you actually have a bit of a weird dream. You just see, it's quite a lovely moonlit sky. You feel yourself walking through a field, stars twinkling above you in the black light sky, and you swear for a moment. Once again, you just see that weird, like, almost silver, ethereal cloak, with the
I
map.
missed the beginning of you speaking. Sorry, my audio cut
Yeah.
out.
So what I'm saying is, you fall asleep, Kaelin, okay? And in your dream, you have quite an odd dream. You're basically walking along a field late at night, moonlit sky, stars twinkling above you. And it's just a field. There's nothing notable, nothing discernible, no flowers. It's just green, rolling grass. And just for a brief moment, you see in front of you, like, that very odd silver cloak again that you saw earlier that day when you healed Duck. Just for a moment, you swear you see that mask, like, look back in your direction. There's no face, nothing you can see, and then it's gone.
Hmm.
And that's it. Everyone else has their normal dreams. Kimura. Notably, as all your guys' resources will go back to normal, but Kimura will get his back first because he's an elf. So 4 hours go by. It's probably about midnight. What is it you're up to? You fly so and so.
I would like to sneakily leave the inn and head back to the big boss man's house.
Okay, so
Is
as you're sneakily leaving.
Yep.
Are you doing this stealthily?
I guess because it's midnight. No, I don't need to be. Is the tavern still open?
Yeah, it's still open. There's not as busy, but there are still a few people, drinking their sorrows away, spending coin they don't have, haven't got it rich yet, haven't got any gold or gemstones, it's...
In that case, then no, I won't leave sneakily.
Okay, so you just leave. You don't make a show of it, you're not trying to do it sneakily, so... You're able to leave.
Is any of our party still awake, or are they all now asleep?
They're all asleep.
Okay. In that case, yes, I go to the big boss man's house on my own.
Okay.
I attempt to open the door.
It is locked.
I attempt to lockpick the door.
Okay. That's who you're up. Alright, you sly rogue. Okay. And you... Let me just bring up your sheet here, so in case you don't know how to do it. We can just do it. Can you do me a thieves tool? Use your thieves tools. So we'll use a check with your thieves tools.
Like that? Yes.
15. You just got the DC for that door.
Let's go.
So it was 15. So
Okay.
you unlock the door.
Okay, at this point I am now being a sneaky snack.
Roll stealth for me.
Stealth is there. Ooh. And I'm gonna go up to the secret / hidden door that I discovered earlier on.
I see. Make an investigation check.
Oh god.
It just looks like an indent in the wall. You know there's something odd about it, but
Is there any way that I can sort of check to see if this moves or opens?
you certainly can. So explain to me what you're going to happen. You're going to try and move it with your hands and see if it moves. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me maybe an athletics check. Let's see if you've got the strength to.
Oh
Yes.
god. Oh.
That's okay. That's fine. It starts to move, but as it gets about halfway there, you can see into this little room. It appears to be some sort of storage room. There's a bunch of different chests lying around. That might be where some of the coin is kept. You know, it's probably a bit too difficult to imagine that's where everything's kept.
Am I able to enter the room?
It's up to you. If you want to enter the room, you can enter the room.
I would like to enter the room.
Okay. You step into the room. Immediately, you start hearing like the sound of a bell starting to ring. You know, for about 10 seconds or so, you just hear like the ting-a-ling-ling-ling-ling of a bell for about 10 seconds. And then it stops. What do you do?
I run away. I GTFO.
You're running away?
Yep.
Okay. So you run out of the building, I assume.
Mhm.
Do you stick to the roads or do you duck into an alleyway?
I would like to attempt to get onto the roof of the Big Boss Man building.
Okay. Make me an acrobatics check. I assume you're doing this quite quickly, so 17,
Yes.
that's fine. You did it, that's fine, 17. And you're up on the roof.
Yes, I would like to just sort of survey the area for a short while.
How long are we talking? How long?
Maybe about 10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes, okay. So on the 8th minute or so,
Mhm.
you actually see that elven woman appear out of your peripherals, and she's half walking, half like she's got a hurried walk, making her way over to the building. You see her stand outside of it, she brings her hand against the door, you see her examining the door, you see her venture inside.
Mhm.
What do you do? No, Blake, as you're on this roof, what are you doing while you're on this roof?
I'm sort of just squatting there, just looking around the area.
Okay, so you're
Just
not
surveying.
you're squatting down, you're not pressed against or anything like that, right?
I'm sort of just like hidden in the shadows, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any windows on the building?
On the outside of it, yes. There's two in the front, two at the back, and there's one at the opposite of that door.
Has this lady closed the door behind her as she's entered?
She's closed the door behind her.
Okay. I would like to hop off the roof of the building as silently as possible.
Okay, so we're going to do another acrobatics check here to make sure you don't basically slam into the floor here. You land if anyone watched this would have been cool to see. You landed with no issue at all.
Awesome. Love it. I then approach the nearest window to where I land and try and peek through to see if I can see what this lady is doing inside.
You can definitely see her. So make a perception check.
Perception. Oof.
She's standing at where you know the door to be, but you can't really make out anything else. She's doing something at the door.
Okay. Did she lock the door behind her as she entered?
You don't know.
I would like to attempt to open the door again.
Quietly, or
Just like normally. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I'm there, but I'm not trying to abruptly open the door.
okay. Door opens up, and you. Do you go in?
Yes, I enter.
Yeah. So she evidently has now seen you come in, and
Mhm.
she looks back from the door and looks to you, and she just tilts her head curiously, as if to say, like, "What?"
I'd like to ask her what the problem is. I try and make out to her that I was watching from a distance, and I sort of saw her look sort of flustered as she approached the building.
Make a deception check.
Oh god. Where's my deception? There. Oh dear. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Let's just see here,
you
okay?
bad.
Let's just see here, because this is going to be... Okay. That was her insight check.
Okay.
She looks a bit perturbed, and she... It's a bit weird. Her stare is almost accusing for a few moments, but your tone of voice, you know, the way you presented yourself, was enough to maybe make her think you maybe weren't the one responsible. You might be that dumb, you know. She just says, "It's something tripped my alarm here."
Is there any reason why you have an alarm on this door?
She goes, "Some doors have alarms on them. It doesn't give you more than that."
Interesting. Interesting.
Now, if you would like to make an Arcana check,
I'll go for it. I don't know how
You
well
can-
it's gonna
you-
go, but oof.
yeah, if you got a 10, you would have known what she spoke of. She just knows that she's done something to cause an alarm effect.
Okay. I. How loud was this? Was this ringing? This bell ringing? Was it
It
in
was
the
enough to get your attention.
Was it in the immediate area of this
Yes.
door, or okay? So I
Yes.
wouldn't if I'm okay. I'll say I didn't hear any sort of alarm, and I was tucked away in an alley nearby. How did you manage to hear it?
She just tilts her head and just goes, "I'm able to hear very well." Not quite giving you what you might have wanted, but you probably can imagine that if she's the person that casted a spell, she probably can tell that something's trapped it without hearing the ringing bell. You know,
Okay.
common sense.
Okay. I ask her what's in this room. Why is there a more specifically why is there a hidden room in a building, and why is there a trap laid on the door?
Okay. And that's how you say it.
I ask. No, the words I use are, "What is it you're trying to hide?" Because this room is very well hidden.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, see if you used the word trap there, you'd have
Right.
absolutely got her to now realise that you somehow think there's a trap in that door, you know. She's not a stupid woman, you know. Very good word choice there, so I think you already have. Nope, you now have inspiration. Very well done.
Hey.
That means you can spend inspiration to give yourself advantage with checks or anything like that, so very well done.
Awesome.
She regards you for a few moments, looks back to the door and just says, "This is where some important objects are kept. Very important that Bathra keeps them safe. That's as much as you get."
Interesting. Okay. I ask her if she would like me to stand guard over this door for the remainder of the evening, seeing as I am now fully rested and able to do so.
She gives you a smile. No, I will stay here for tonight. Much like yourself, she's an elf. You probably imagine she herself can
Hmm.
go into a trance.
Okay. I guess in that case, I would. I will bid her farewell, but I will stay in the area, hidden away in the shadows somewhere.
Okay. As you go to depart, can you make me a perception check? This will be your last check.
Yeah.
As you look up, you see it for just a brief moment. A weird owl seems to be watching you. It was up in the air, flying silently in circles, but as you leave, it seems to perch on the roof and it's just watching you.
This is outside the building now.
Yep.
Okay. Is this like an actual physical owl? Can I tell whether it's a sort of a spell, an incantation, or some sort, or?
You can. You have no idea.
Okay.
No idea what it is.
Okay. In that case, I continue to walk away, and I continue to go into a nearby alley and hide in the shadows, whilst keeping an eye on this owl.
The owl's keeping an eye on you. Notably, it seems to be staring at you unblinkingly. It is just
Okay.
watching you.
I sort of hide myself around a corner, out of the owl's line of sight.
Okay. So we'll take a wee pause there. You go back to Heckbuck. You're basically sleeping here, Heckbuck. And this bed feels incredibly good. You actually, wherever you're sleeping, it's a bed for you. You're a goblin. It's very comfortable. Maybe this partner doesn't need you just to wake up quite yet. You're quite comfortable. On that note, Si, if you need to leave, Heck will just
Yeah.
remain asleep for now. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, buddies.
Y'all have
Have fun,
You
Si.
guys are sleeping. Don't worry.
you guys have an amazing rest of your day or night.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
and you do. I'll catch you later.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. See ya.
Like,
Cheers, Doc.
Bye.
Okay, so I have to run. Unfortunately, I'm having to end this a little bit prematurely. So you guys have a great night. I apologize for cutting things a little bit short. Thank you for joining me. Fuck, it's been that long. I didn't expect 10 of you to pop in and say hello. So have a great night, and I will see you all hopefully in less than a month and a half, 2 months. That'd be grand. That'd be amazing. Until next time, people. Goodbye.